Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is the Sun Woman. Welcome to my new podcast. If you're watching me on YouTube and you are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping in. I hope that this reading will resonate with you and be helpful to you. If you are a previous subscriber, thank you so much again for stopping in and for all of your support. And if you have not liked or shared my videos, I hope that you will like this one and share it if it resonates with you, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All right, so this is my Integrative Tarology. My name is the Sun Woman, and I do channel the astrology, the tarot, numerology, the runes, and combine that with intuitive channeling in order to bring you some messages that are hopefully helpful to you. These messages are going to be for August of 2020, and what I'm going to do first is just go ahead and channel the astrology, and then go ahead and read the cards that I have already laid out for you. I have a beautiful deck that I'm working with called the Muse Tarot, M-U-S-E, with some really vivid artwork on it and collages. And I'm going to be using two oracle decks. One, the Sacred Destiny Oracle, which is kind of an overview of what you can focus on this month. And then at the end of the reading, I'll be pulling a card from the Tao Oracle deck as a conclusion, spiritual messages from your higher guides, your higher mind, the universe, God, and the heavenly realms to help you navigate the month. Okay, so August, this is going to be an interesting month, Cancer, because we do have some challenging aspects this month. It's going to be challenging for all of us, regardless of our sign, rising, and planets, natal planets, all of that. We have Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter in Capricorn, which is actually your opposite sign. So that stellium of planets, right, more than two planets, the stellium will be in your 7th house of partnerships. And then we have Mars in Aries in your 10th house. So they form a square aspect, and square aspects always create tension, okay? But tension equals spiritual growth where astrology is concerned, right? Before we get to that growth, though, we have to work out, where we have to do the Ironman challenge, right? We have to work out, we have to condition ourselves, we have to overcome obstacles, we have to strengthen ourselves, we have to push ourselves to the limit, past the limit, and be patient that if we work hard enough and overcome the obstacles, we will arrive to, the finish line. So that is the square aspect. And with the Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, stellium in your 7th house, squared Mars in your 10th, you may be experiencing this month, number one, with that stellium opposite your sun or opposite your rising sign, if you're rising sign Cancer. Definitely there's going to be a lot of power and a lot of influence by partnerships, right? So those could be long-term partners, marital partners, could also be people that you are in partnership with, such as business partners, people that maybe represent you, like managers or publicists, people like that. We can say that whatever this relationship is, the person is a very powerful person in your life, has very powerful influence over you. Their actions directly affect you. And there may be times when you feel as though you want to free yourself, release yourself from this person's influence on you. So some of you may be feeling that very strongly in August, especially with Mars bearing down and creating that tense aspect. Mars, again, in your 10th house, some of that release or that energy that you'll be exerting could possibly be in your 10th, in your area of your career, your work goals, your people who are in positions of authority, so, bosses, employers, could even be father figures, authority figures in your life in general, right? So, one scenario is that some of you may be dealing with some control, power, jealousy, maybe even, financial issues where a partnership has control over shared resources, or a partner is trying to influence you strongly into making a certain decision. Maybe this partner wants to move out of state, but that Mars in your 10th house is, you're focusing a tremendous amount of energy on your career. And maybe if you move, you will, have to change jobs, and you've already worked very hard to get to where you are. Your employer is not flexible when it comes to, telecommuting or working, from another state or another country, perhaps. So, there is definitely some conflict there that you're going to have to resolve. And, the main way for you to do that, well, we have the Oracle card here, and the Oracle card message for you is courage. So you may have to have the courage of your convictions, the courage of your own decisions, and, gather the strength to fight for yourself, fight for what you believe in, and fight for what you want, right? What truly resonates with you? Where do you want to be? Where are you trying to go? If that fight is for your career situation, then you may have to have a conversation with your partner. That may not be an easy one, okay? I have been doing some automatic writing with this particular set of readings for August, and when I started sketching for you, I did channel the images of two people back to back, right, not facing each other, and between them there is a cord or a line or something connecting them, but it's not a straight line. It's a line that's kind of vibrating so quickly that you can see the vibrations going up and down, right? And so you are definitely connected to this person very strongly, but there is tension in that connection, right? There's tension in that wire. There's tension in that tie between the two of you. So, relationship may definitely be tested. You do have Venus moving into your sign in August, on August 7th. So what I feel that Venus will help you do is to kind of soften your reaction to whatever issues that you have to deal with, or whatever communication that you have to make this month in order to voice what your needs are, right? Venus is what we desire, and the moon is what we need, but Venus is what we really desire and who we desire. So with Venus in Cancer, that's desiring security, stability, a home, family, material resources that can help, create a stable home environment. And perhaps, these desires that you have are in opposition to what this partner is seeking, So it's not an easy aspect. There's definitely going to be a need for patience and compromise here, and perhaps it's a situation where you may have to cut your losses and cut ties with someone because you're not able to come to a happy medium, or there is a compromise that's being asked of you that you're not prepared to make right now because you have outer goals as well. Or as I said, you're devoting a lot of energy to your outer life, your career, and that is in conflict to you also wanting to have a home and family and a marriage, and you have a partner who is putting additional pressure on you. Okay, so definitely, some testing aspects there. And what I do want to say is, please exercise patience, exercise self-control. You may also, on the other spectrum of this, you may be dealing with a partner who is very controlling. Okay, very controlling, trying to control your movements, your actions, trying to control your decisions. Even to the point of being an abusive person emotionally, possibly physically as well. Okay, so if you are in a situation like this, the main thing is that you need to release yourself and get away from this type of person. Go somewhere where you are safe, where you're secure, seek assistance, and separate yourself from that, controlling energy that wants to, that may want to kind of rule your life, right? It's not fair for anyone to try to do that, and especially to try and do that with force is just not acceptable, okay? So if you're in that situation, please release yourself, Cancer. All right, so let's go through the astrology, and then one more thing I want to say is that some of you could be dealing, yes, as I said, with a father figure. So you could be having some conflict with what your father wants you to do, or what your father sees for you, especially in your career or in your reputation. A father figure may have one view of you that is, in conflict with the view that you have for yourself, okay? Or there could be conflict with a father figure over your choice of partner, okay? They may not feel that your partner is good enough for you, or maybe a father figure sees that this is someone who could be trying to be a controlling influence to you, and you are trying to work through all of this energy coming at you at the same time, okay? All right, so as for the reading, let me just go through the cards here. We have the Seven of Emotions, which is the Seven of Cups as the energy coming into August. We have the Six of Emotions reversed, Six of Cups, that is, reversed. We have the Muse of Emotions as your near future. In this deck, there are 4 extra cards. The Muse is, of course, in mythology or in history, a muse is a person who inspires great works, right? Most of the, great artists have had a muse that inspired them in some way. Designers, musicians, all had some person or icon, iconic image or personality that inspired them to create works of art, right? So in this deck we have 4 muses: the Muse of Swords, which is voices; the Muse of Cups, which is emotions; the Muse of Wands, which is inspirations; and the Muse of Pentacles, which is materials in this deck. So you have the Muse of Emotions in the near future. Now, this near future point for me is pretty much around mid-month. So we would be talking about that around that full moon. That new moon. Around that new moon in Leo that's happening on the 18th. Okay, and this new moon is also going to be conjunct Mercury. So definitely a time for planting new seeds during that new moon. Keep going through the cards though. So we have the High Priestess, which is the crowning energy. This is also the advice card, and the High Priestess is reversed here as your advice card. We have the Six of Voices, which is the Six of Swords, in the area that indicates other people's influences in your life. We have the Three of Materials, which is the Three of Pentacles, reversed as your obstacle card. And in the outcome, we have the Four of Cups, or the Four of Emotions, which could indicate, the potential outcome for this reading. At the base of the deck, the Knight of Inspiration. All right, so coming into August, I see there being some confusion as to which direction to go into, which way to go. You may have multiple options, and you're trying to make a clear decision, what the best choice is for you, right? You may have a number of viable options, but amongst them, some of them might be illusions. Okay, so you want to be very careful about the decisions that you make as you're coming into August, because there could be some things that lead to a dead end, and then there could be some really good choices, and you have to kind of choose the best among the best here, okay? This is a Cups card, so this talks about emotions. Definitely we could be talking about relationships here, so you may have to figure out what the best choice is in an emotional situation, okay? You have the Six of Emotions, Six of Cups, reversed in the energy covering you right now. So the Six of Cups reversed, the Six of Cups right side up. Let's just talk about that first. Six of Cups right side up is a card that talks about nostalgia. It talks about having, wonderful memories of the past, maybe childhood, maybe the honeymoon phase of a relationship, okay? Wonderful memories. And it is a nostalgic card, because often with the Six of Cups, we're thinking about days gone by, the good old days, okay? Time when things were easier, or, when we were more innocent and we didn't have as many responsibilities or obligations, right? So many of you, if this is a relationship situation, could be thinking about focusing on the now, okay, as opposed to what used to be. Especially if a relationship is not working out, you're needing to say, okay, is my connection to this person or this situation, whatever it might be, is it because I am stuck in the past and wishing for or hoping that things are going to be the way they used to be? Or is this something that still resonates with me and my life and my choices for my life? So the Six of Cups reversed sees you definitely waking up out of that energy, that could be focusing on the past and not the present and the future, okay? It feels like with that muse of emotions that there is going to be some kind of new energy coming in for you that is going to really feed you emotionally. And also the muse in this tarot deck, she expresses herself, okay? So the muse is about expression, whether it's emotional expression, verbal, artistic, energetic. There is the need to be expressive, to create. So some of you, may be focusing now your creative energies on a new project. You may be expressing yourself emotionally to a partner. You may be tapping into what really resonates with you on an emotional level in order to come to a better understanding or make a decision in order to pull yourself out of the past. I feel that once you do remove yourself from or release yourself from, wishing for things that used to be, it will give the opportunity for something brand new and resonant to come into your life. And it will be you will have an emotional connection to this. This could be a person. It could be a person of a fellow water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay, so if there's anyone in your life, who has aspects or has planets in the water signs, they could be definitely inspirational to you. Okay. Crowning the reading, which is the advice card, you have the High Priestess reversed. So High Priestess reversed, again, right side up. Let's talk about that first. The High Priestess right side up is being able to be a direct and open channel to wisdom, knowledge, higher understanding, higher learning, okay? The High Priestess is a direct channel from the heavens. So she's extremely empathetic. She's extremely intuitive. She can quiet her mind and receive messages, channelings from higher realms, okay, as to, what to do next, what steps to make, what decisions to make, what steps to take. With the High Priestess here reversed, that energy seems blocked, okay? And so the advice card here is that you need to figure out how to remove the block from your intuition or remove the block from your understanding of the truth in your life, okay? Maybe what you really want out of life, how someone else feels about you, if they are willing to support you in your goals and dreams, and just to understand better, what it is that is your truth, okay? So the High Priestess here is asking you to listen to your intuition, very simply, okay? Listen to your intuition. Don't allow it to be blocked, and don't allow yourself to second guess the messages that you're getting, okay? The card that talks about people's influences in your life is the Six of Voices, again, Six of Swords. So you could have someone who it could be someone leaving your life, right, moving on to another situation. Six of Voices or Swords can indicate travel. So someone could be traveling away from you or even to you, okay? There's definitely movement here with the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords also is an indication of moving away from stress, turmoil, anxiety, and moving on to something higher that is, an improvement, moving from rocky shores or rocky waters to calm shores, or from one, destination to the next. So that could apply to another person in your life, that this person may be supportive to you to move on to something better, right? Or to show you how to move on to something that, again, resonates with you. It could be a new person, or again, as I said, if this person is no longer aligned with your hopes, dreams, wishes, desires, it could be them moving away and, a separation or departure. The card that is indicating the obstacles for you here is the Three of Materials reversed. So Three of Materials, Pentacles, it would be right side up. Definitely talks about skill, learning, teamwork, building and applying your abilities, your skills to make money, to, start a new job, a new endeavor, a new project. With this card reversed, there is possibly that you need new skills, or you need to start learning something new. in order to take advantage of opportunities. Okay, the Three of Pentacles reverse can mean that you're you're holding yourself back, or you're not willing to learn something new, or that you don't have the effort or impetus to make something happen. So with it reversed, the message to you is that, if there's something that you can do to change your life or improve your circumstances, or, if you are willing to make the effort in perhaps a relationship or a business partnership or a work situation, then you need to do that. You need to turn that Three of Pentacles right side up, because you're not going to be able to benefit financially or materially with that Three of Pentacles or a Three of Materials reversed. Okay, and then the card in the outcome, you have the Four of Cups. So yeah, there definitely in this reading is a feeling of being caught up in the past and being caught up in a way of doing things that you were doing before. And, for you, Cancer, you're one of the most loving, nurturing signs, protective, extremely empathetic, extremely, protective of what is yours and who is yours, very family oriented. But you also can get caught up in the past, okay? So, with that Six of Cups here reversed, the Seven of Cups, having a hard time making a decision, the Four of Cups in the outcome here, it's really time for you to come out of your funk. If you have been in a funk, this is the time to do it. That Oracle card is saying that you need to have the courage, whether it is releasing you from a relationship that's outdated, or that you've grown out of. That's what I mean to say. A relationship that you've grown out of, or even a familial connection that you need to grow up and, cut the cord. Interesting, because when I mentioned the drawing that I did, the sketch, it was two people connected by a cord, but they were not facing each other, facing away. So there is disagreement, estrangement there. So there may be a need for you to cut that cord so that you can follow your dreams and where Mars is trying to take you. Okay. The Four of Cups says that you are, don't allow yourself at the end of August to be so focused on what could have been, or what used to be, or what has, what you've grown tired of, or what you've grown bored with, and to the point where you don't see that cup being offered to you from heaven, from the universe. Okay, on the traditional Rider-Waite deck, you have a person sitting under a tree. They're gazing down at three cups that are sitting on the ground there. And because they're so focused on that, they don't see the hand of God reaching a cup toward them. And, who knows what's in that cup, but whatever is in that cup is your dream, okay, your goal, your wish, something that you really want. So don't miss out on an opportunity because you're so focused on the past, or being stuck in your way of doing things that is now outmoded, okay? Or in a relationship that you're so used to that you feel like it's better the devil you know than what you don't. But in this situation, that might not be your best interest, okay? So the final card here is the Knight of Inspiration, and the Knight of Inspiration is a beautiful card which talks about rapid change. So I feel like once you focus in and you hone in on and you use your courage to become decisive, to take decisive action, then the universe is kind of just going to push you along like wind in your sails, okay? The Knight of Inspiration or Wands is a card, with a horse on it, and this horse is galloping, and above the horse's head is a starburst of fireworks, okay? The Knight of Inspiration, it looks like it's a palomino, a spotted palomino, and her mane are actually flames, instead of hair, right? Or instead of whatever you call a horse's mane. I guess that is hair or fur or pelt, whatever that is. It's made out of flames. So there is a fire behind this change. There's passion behind this change. So again, if you are able to focus your energies and take decisive action, maybe let someone go who no longer resonates with you, and find your muse. Allow your muse to speak to you, and be courageous in doing so, through channeling messages and tapping into your intuition. I feel like there is going to be a rapid change that you didn't even expect, that may bring you closer to your goals and closer to your best life. Okay? All right, and let me just go ahead and pull one more card for you from the Tao Oracle deck. See what the final message is here for Cancer. What is the final message for Cancer for August 2020? Cancer, August 2020. One more shuffle. Okay. All right. So we actually, 2 cards jumped out for you. I'm going to accept them both for you. We have the number 24 card, which is the turning point. Wow. Beautiful card. And then we have the number 11 card, which is peace. So I'm loving this, right? Okay, so the turning point. What are the key words on the turning point? Key words are return, the start of a new cycle, right timing, regeneration, inevitability, steady improvements. Interesting. So you're definitely at a turning point in your life, Cancer. Okay, are you going to stay stuck in the past, or are you going to have the courage to follow that wind in your sails and move forward with decisive action? Okay, the start of a new cycle. Return here, I feel like return is kind of returning back to who you truly are, returning back to your, those roots of what your dreams were, what you always wanted to accomplish, but maybe were held back from being able to accomplish, maybe by a partner or someone else who, wanted to keep you in a box, and you have to release yourself from that, right? Because you only have one life to live. Inevitability. There's an inevitability to this transformation, to this change in your life, and it's all about right timing. The planets definitely set us up with the timing that we need, the weather report that we need in order to take the best actions. And there being steady improvements once you do that. The next card is peace, the number 11 card. And the key points to that card are harmony, balance, perfection, equipoise. I love that word, equipoise. A sense of well-being, favorable conditions, and expansion. So, wow, once you make that decision, once you are able to release yourself, once you take decisive action based on your intuitive, what your intuition is telling you, trusting it, and have the courage to trust it, there will be a turning point, and that turning point will lead to, a sense of peace in your life, you regaining your balance, you regaining harmony in your life. Maybe, someone leaves out your life and harmony is restored in your life because that energy was, disruptive to you. Okay, equipoise, which is equal balance, right? When I think of equipoise, I think of someone balancing on a high wire. Okay, perfect balance, a sense of well-being, favorable conditions, and expansion. So those messages speak for themselves. So yeah, this is a pivotal month for you, Cancer. I think that it's going to be fueled by your emotional power. You are that water sign energy, so you have very powerful emotional energy that you can focus and manifest. So there's strong manifestation energy here for you, but you have to be able and you have to be ready to take that first step, okay? Have the courage, which is, the message here, and, with that night of inspiration, once you get started, the momentum is there available to you to keep moving forward until you reach the finish line or until you reach your goal. Okay? Thank you so much, Cancer. Appreciate your time with me. I wish you all good things, love, peace, and joy. Please, if you'd like a private reading, please contact me. And as always, I wish you love and I bid you namaste. And I say to you, don't just seek the light, but be the light. Thank you. Bye-bye.